Hallo zusammen. Welcome everyone. Good evening, guten Abend, and sorry for being this late, but yeah, turns out I forgot a few things that I still had to do, and then it took longer than I expected it to take, but whatever, we are finally here. Today we will discuss, as you can see, I even prepared like a screen for that, the highlights, or my highlights of the Game Awards, including your highlights as well, so if you have something you want to talk about, we can do this. Today, for now, stream in English. We see how long it might take to get through all of this. I guess, yeah, the big thing we might start is the Elden Ring Nightreign thing. I can forget it. You took over the stream. Oh, that's good. Then I can just sit here, shut up, and see what you have to say. Welcome to Schnarkes and my Fortnite Let's Play. Yeah, I am wach, I'm awake. But I'm also kind of distracted. Fortnite Let's Play will be amazing. Oh yeah, today English stream for now. We see how long we go. Shall we just start with Elden Ring? Because I think that is what most people, I guess, are curious about. Because that's also like content that I do a lot on this channel. We might also talk about The Witcher, which Elden Ring. I posted you a list in chat some ages ago. And there I copy-pasted a list from the internet I found on Reddit. That's why the links there are all Reddit coded. It doesn't matter too much. That's the list of what actually happened during the Game Awards. I find it also, Schnarke said it earlier here at the beginning of the stream. Let me quote him. He said, I must say that I was surprised by Astrobot as Game of the Year. And I would say yes. I was also surprised. I thought it might get Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, but I think it's pretty cool. Then, yeah, people always cry on the internet. I mean, that's kind of what we do on the internet, I think. When I play Elden Ring, for example, online, I also cry a lot. Like, I consistently complain. Sometimes justified, sometimes not so much. And that's a thing. And since most people are not playing 2,000 hours of Elden Ring, which is a very difficult game, making them the game even more difficult than it actually is, by, I don't know, not leveling or whatever. And people need to get their salt from somewhere else. So they make up stuff like empty terms like woke, and everything that they don't like is then woke, and then they can put out their pitchforks and complain about it. I found it very interesting that, for example, I watched in cinema some days ago War of the Rohirrim, and I also got a lot of woke comments, and oh no, it's boss girl, feminism, woke, whatever. Oh, I'm so tired of it. It's just a female protagonist. It's nothing more. She is the light version of Eowyn. Yeah, she's not the best written or most interesting character in the world. I agree on that. It's an okay film, not a masterpiece, but whatever. Yeah, it's a bit strange that Shadow of the Erdtree didn't get. Maybe because the backlash was so big against it that the jury was maybe a bit influenced by it and said, okay, if we give this Game of the Year or something, even though we would have voted, then or that if we vote here for Game of the Year, then people will lose it because just the DLC the nomination was already questionable and so on. But yeah. So to be fair, like, I was a bit surprised in this regard that Game Awards usually is kind of a popularity contest. As far as I know, when it comes to these awards, is that they contact certain people that from potentially different media outlets and so on, and everyone just gives votes for their stuff or for what is nominated. I'm not sure if they nominate the stuff itself. Not 100% sure. And then 10% of the vote is the viewer vote, which can be done on their website. So whatever gets the most vote. It's not like BAFTA awards where the jury comes together in a call and actually discusses their picks and what they pick and so on. So there are other awards that do it differently. I'm not sure if the Game Awards changed, because I could swear there was like a Game Award list of outlets they contacted. So what you basically have to imagine, they have like, I don't know, a Google spreadsheet with the games listed, and every outlet gets one vote or something like that. And for each category, of course, and it's from different countries, and I don't know. It's something like that. So from a choice perspective, the Game Awards are, in my opinion, not that interesting. Maybe they changed it, because, like I said, I could swear last year there was a list of media outlets. Let me just see if I find something. 24. A list of the voting jury. Yeah, I can post it in chat. That's how it worked. Here it's from the official Game Awards website. Here you can see it. So I can maybe bring it on screen, and we can discuss it for a moment. Bloop. Where do I have to click for that? Here. Insert something. Voting jury. Let me just F11 here. And yeah, you see in the United States, you have Digital Trends, Easy Allies. Easy Allies is games trailers, I think. Like, people from games trailers was closed, and I think they formed some of them, of the people there, of the Redakteure. What is in English? Editors? I don't know, chat. I'm stupid. Don't know vocabulary. Redakteur. Yeah, editor. Then yeah. The editors of this formed. It doesn't matter too much. Entertainment Weekly, Game Rant, also like a bigger outlet. Giant Bomb, also like a legendary thing, but I think some important people left there some years ago, like Jeff Gerstmann. It's kind of funny. I have to think about, his name is Gerstmann, which is kind of, you could translate his name, like, it sounds German in a way, also with a double N, written with a double N. And what's interesting, Butterbur is Barleyman in English. German Gerstenmann is the translation. It's his first name. It doesn't matter too much. I just to think of Butterbur. Whatever. Random Lord of the Rings reference here. GameSpot, yeah, you can just see IGN and so on. So the United States has a lot of media presence. Polygon also saw The Edge, a legendary thing, Eurogamer, Games Radar, you name it. Even VG247, which is also, I guess, a bigger outlet by now. And we have UK. I've switched. The Edge is the UK people. Metro Gamer, Eurogamer, PC Games, global stuff. And from Argentina, we have Culture Geek. I don't know these outlets. Skill Up. That's interesting. That's Skill Up. Isn't Skill Up? I'm not sure if they have a website or something, but Skill Up is actually a very famous reviewer on YouTube. So very interesting in this regard. Yeah, the other Australian thing, GameSub, I think I've heard, but no context. The non-English things I simply don't know. Canada, okay, Screen Rant, I know Screen Rant at least. Very interesting. Germany is maybe for us German speakers the most interesting. GamePro, GameStar, Gameswelt. Oh, M Games. Nice. And PCGames.de. Nice. Early Game. Does somebody know Early Game, chat? But yeah, those people. India, Italy, from all over the world. Japan is maybe interesting. Famitsu, also like a very well-known Japanese magazine. The others I don't know too well, to be fair. Malaysia, Mexico. Middle Earth is also there. No, it's Middle East. Too many Lord of Rings jokes here. Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, Games. Yeah, that I have heard. For esports. Okay, esports that's an interesting one, actually. There's an esports jury. Nominations in all esport categories are determined by a jury of global media outlets. Interesting. Accessibility, that is actually cool that they have like specific jury of experts that know their stuff about accessibility features. That's pretty cool. The computer build, that's funny. Does the computer build still Spiele still exist? Don't ask me now. No. Einstellung 7. August 2019, 7th of August 2019. 20 years they were there, so... do you think 10% jury is nonsense? That's an interesting question, to be honest. I don't know. I think it's okay because I think you can't have the audience, or you can't give the audience too much influence on a vote, because then always the most popular game wins, considering that the specific franchise can mobilize their fanship. Then always League of Legends and Fortnite and all the big titles would always win. That's stupid. And small titles like indie games potentially are overlooked and so on. So in this regard, yeah, maybe they could increase it a bit. I guess. I think it's just like a little. If two games are in the jury vote are very close, then the audience can kind of tip it over. For that, I think it's an interesting concept. Just from then we go with what the community likes more. You know, I don't know. You could argue it's maybe too little. I think it just exists for these edge cases where it's not 100% clear who wins the category, and then there the people vote into this. So for people who haven't seen, the Game Awards already spoiled, unfortunately, which I should not have done. But for the winners, but we can check the winners. So Game of the Year won Astrobot. Okay, let me just maybe view all categories. Oh, there's no overall. The Player's Voice thing. This one award was Black Myth Wukong. So that seems to be the most popular, which, like, Black Myth Wukong was massively successful. A big reason for that is that though it was very successful, it also like is from China and hits Chinese themes in a good way. It's a good game. I liked it a lot. and so I can see it winning. Game direction, found this very interesting. I was not sure. I voted for, I think, Elden Ring, because that's the only game I really played a lot this year. No, so in this regard, whatever. But I think Black Myth Wukong is game design wise okay, but it's not a masterpiece in my opinion. Elden Ring is more of the same, so it has some interesting game design ideas, but also there are some things I would criticize in how the DLC was composed. So even though it was good, very good, I'm not sure. Final Fantasy VII I've not played, can't really comment on it. Same with Metaphor. Balatro would be an interesting choice in my opinion for game direction. And innovation in game direction and design. Astrobot is also a very interesting choice, which I'm kind of happy with that they won, because Astrobot is a game that kind of seems from reviews and from people talking about like on the level of what Nintendo does with 3D Marios, like Odyssey or something like that. As a result, I think it's definitely just to give it this game. It seems to be having some interesting creative ideas and so on. So pretty cool to see that they won. I think that's a pretty cool thing that they won, to be honest. Best narrative, like on the Discord, somebody said he was not completely happy with the Metaphor narrative, to be honest. I mean, the problem with Silent Hill, I guess, is that it's an old game, so technically, narratively, how it's written and so on, it's a legendary game. Like, it's one of the best written games I've played in my life. In my opinion, from the story, from the impact, from the atmosphere. It's not a very happy game, to be honest, but because in the original game, the gameplay is, let's say, special, but it's not that great. But what is great is the atmosphere, the story, the music, and stuff like this. So in this regard, in theory, it would be cool for Silent Hill 2 to win this. On the other side, well, it may be cool that a game that is not a remake wins. So in this regard, we had these three here in the middle. I'm not sure if Senua's Saga, I have not played it. I just know it looks ridiculously good, visually very appealing. What is Nothing Together? But yeah, you see it's big titles, so popularity contest. These are the titles that this big jury could agree, without communicating to each other, could agree upon. They just voted what is most popular thing. Nothing Together. Okay. Best art direction, Metaphor. Interesting choice. Yeah, I would have thought that Shadow of the Erdtree might take the cake or win this, or Neva. Both very beautiful games. Metaphor also looks great, but for my taste, though there's a lot of interesting stylistic stuff going on, so I think it's kind of justified. But Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree definitely comes a lot over its art design and so on. As a result, like the art style of the game is just so beautiful and creates this world, something you rarely see in other games. Decent visual quality as well. Has its problems.
Curse you, Bale!
Exactly. So in this regard, I would have thought that Elden Ring takes the cake, so that's why I predicted that. But yeah, it was a bit tough to predict. In general, the things. Best score and music. So I think the best, like Silent Hill, is a very good score, to be honest. But it's, I think, mostly based on the old Silent Hill. So again, it's nothing new. But the same can be said about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I think though Final Fantasy Rebirth is more popular in this regard. Stellar Blade also, I heard, has a good soundtrack. Still waiting for it to come to PC. Astrobot, I have not. I think Metaphor also had a good shot at this category, because every time I hear Metaphor music in trailers, I think, okay, that's awesome. They had this fantastic. Maybe I can find it and play a short Metaphor a Fantasio battle theme. Where is this? It's really cool, I think. I'm not sure if I understood this correctly. But I heard the language he's singing is Esperanto, which is very interesting. Fortunately, I don't see confirmation here. But yeah, if that is true, that's actually a very interesting choice. But yeah, that was a little thing from the Retortazio. So I thought it had some interesting, like, I don't know the complete soundtrack, just know like 3 tracks or so from the score, but those I kind of liked. So in this regard, of course, Final Fantasy VII is like a classic thing, so I can see that there's a lot of nostalgia for it, and when it's the high quality reimagined and so on, might win. So good audio design. I thought something like Call of Duty could maybe win this, to be honest, because that's usually very good in this regard. But Senua's was kind of my second guess for it, because what I heard is also that the sound design is pretty good in this game. Didn't hit the spot there, my predictions on Discord. Yeah, I was quite happy that our... she's also from Germany as far as I know, Melina Jürgens. She's a 2 times best performance winner now. I would have thought that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is kind of more popular this year, and especially considering what happens in Final Fantasy Rebirth. I don't know, I haven't played Rebirth, but I know the original game very well, so I kind of know what happens, should have happened in the game. As a result, I could have imagined that maybe Brianna White wins, but she did not. So there's that. I kind of like Kay from Outlaws, to be honest, but yeah, I don't know. Luke Roberts, also Silent Hill, but yeah, Melina, I think in Senua's saga, Hellblade 2, yeah, like just an impressive performance, I guess, so in this regard. It's well, just thought she would not win a second time. Here on this part, I heard that Call of Duty also had some pretty awesome accessibility features, so my guess would be Call of Duty in this regard. I'm kind of happy that Prince of Persia won at least one award. And it has some interesting, cool ideas when it also comes to accessibility and so on. For example, like, you know, it's a Metroidvania game, in case people wonder, where you play Prince of Persia, like in this universe of it, and you have this map, and sometimes you place a marker, for example, on the map, and you don't know what's going on. I think this game makes to the marker a screenshot of what is actually happening. So when you after, I don't know, 20 hours later, I have this marker here, but I have no idea what was that. You see it in the screenshot, and then you potentially remember, yeah, that was this particular place, that's why I set the marker. Pretty cool idea. There was some interesting accessibility stuff and UI stuff they did there, it seems, so pretty cool pick. Games for Impact, yeah, Neva. I have not played Neva, just know a bit from trailers and so on. Hard to tell. Maybe, I guess Senua was... I mean, all nominees make complete sense in this category. So in the end, Neva made it by the same people who made Gris. And also a very nice game. So yeah, pretty awesome. Helldivers, best ongoing. Not too big of a surprise. Don't want to go through everything. Best community support, Baldur's Gate. I voted this because I know it's very popular. So, I mean, Fortnite would have also this maybe Helldivers too, because they had some problems and listened to the community and then kind of turned it around again. So seems to work out. But yeah, Baldur's Gate, I guess. Their pick. Best independent game. That was the easiest pick, I think. Balatro was so big this year. So it has best independent and best debut indie. Both go to Balatro. Best mobile game I think I also voted these 3. Was easy 3 points. I also voted Batman. Because the other games I don't know, so that was the only one I heard that's kind of good. So action game, Wukong. I would have wished that Stellar Blade maybe wins here, but yeah, Wukong also makes a lot of sense, so in this regard. Pretty awesome that Wukong won here a category best and action adventure. Action adventure, I don't know. I would have hoped that Prince of Persia wins here. But also, yeah, I don't know. Outlaws, Zelda, very good games here. I'm not sure why Silent Hill 2 is here in this category exactly, because it's, for me, not really an... Is it an action adventure? Yeah, it is. It's not very survival. I don't know. It's a lot of things, but compared... It sticks kind of out in comparison to all the other, to the other 4 nominees here. See you later at Elden Ring. Yeah, we skip all this very fast. Best RPG. Yeah, I also thought, well, there's some good picks here. Dragon's Dogma, I think, had a 2 rough launch. Not Mittagessen. To launch at the beginning. So I thought, yeah, they maybe lost some credit here. Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree was for me, of course, the best RPG I played this year, because it's pretty much the only thing. Kind of glad that Metaphor won here, to be honest. So also, I thought Final Fantasy VII might win this category, but kind of not. Yeah, this was also easy pick, because Tekken is the biggest of all the ones, so it won. And currently it's a bit criticized. Best Family, tough choice. Kind of happy that, but glad that Astrobot won here. You see how stacked this by Nintendo is, like 3 nominees just from Nintendo, but it's kind of their thing. And it's good that Astrobot won, because maybe Nintendo then amps up their game. So pretty cool. Frostpunk, very cool that this game won. I would have hoped that maybe Age of Mythology Retold win, because also pretty good. Manalords also had a good shot, but yeah, Frostpunk also good solid choice. Yeah, I had no idea, like, don't know. Best multiplayer, Helldivers 2, interesting. But yeah, Helldivers, I think also a good pick for that category. Best adaptation for, I would have thought Arcane wins here, to be honest, simply because League of Legends is so huge. But seems, nope. Yeah, most anticipated game, GTA 6, well, no surprise, Sherlock. Well, that was just a free point you could get there. Creator of the Year, I don't know any of the creators, so don't ask me. League of Legends was easy pick, because League of Worlds were pretty big, because this guy won Worlds this year, spoiler. And he is, like, he also won the 3rd Worlds of League of Legends. He's a very long time player, and that he still is at the top of the world when it comes to performance. Impressed a lot of people. He's very famous in the League of Legends community. As a result, there was also easy prediction here that he wins. Especially when League of Legends win. Then his team, Faker, plays for T1, so easy pick. Black Miss Wukong, I was surprised that were all the votes. So, okay, now we come to the Elden Ring stuff. No idea why this here suddenly plays. But yeah, that was the Metaphor Rifantasio thing. So now we come to Elden Ring, Schnake. You have to come back now, because we talk at Elden Ring. About Elden Ring. Wrong preposition here. So, chat, Elden Ring. I think it's the game I want to discuss the most. I was a bit surprised when I watched the trailer. My reaction was like, well, it looks like Elden Ring somehow. And this tower here looked, this tower here looked awfully familiar from the asset tab. I'm thinking, huh? I did not recognize this particular place, because it looks different than anything in Elden Ring looks. Really, I'm not sure which place exactly this is could be. Maybe chat knows or so. Maybe also chat does not know. Definitely a possibility. However, what is interesting is, I wasn't sure, since it looks really like Elden Ring. I could, here at this point I said it's maybe an accident. Because I did not expect more coming for Elden Ring because it had its only one DLC. Okay, what's going on here? And then saw this thing and thought, wait, this tower here is Elden Ring. This, what do you call this? Gallow? Galgen? Something like that. Elden Ring. The asset of this here, well, these things, it looks still pretty much like Elden Ring. You also notice the low resolution of some of the assets in the background. That's Elden Ring. Elden Ring is not made for these unobscured shots when you fly up with the camera. It always looks a bit terrible. Like here in the background, some weird stuff is going on with these buildings. They look very, very low. Whereas Elden Ring's not good at this. And since you can't fly, it's not a problem. And this grass here, from this perspective, is okay. This is Elden Ring grass. Ich werde das nicht spielen. You won't be able to play. Why would you not be able to play it? I mean, it does not run. Get off the PC, okay. I see the problem. So yeah, that looked also Elden Ring. Here also looked Elden Ring in blue. And then I thought, okay, Bandai Namco, that must be Elden Ring. I was still not 100% sure because I didn't expect it. Then I saw this shot and thought, wait, this is a gate front. Yeah, no, it's Elden Ring. Here are these massive giants in the background. We know that in Elden Ring some of these massive skeletons exist, so I'm very curious what happens, what's going on with those guys, but this is the gate front in Elden Ring. Church of LA is somewhere here, and that's where the game starts. At least it looks a bit, well, it looks a bit different than the classic gate front, to be honest. Because in the gate front there's, I think this piece here is not here. Also, there's no tower on top on this side. Here is the Everjail, but whatever. From Software, and then okay, it's Elden Ring. I assume this, since it also has this battle royale of element of getting close of this area getting closer and closer. I assume this is the effect of that. What I heard is you can ride these birds. These birds are used for transportation or something.
You were chosen, thrown together by forces beyond our control.
Here's an Everjail. What could this place be, chat? Not the gate front. There's this weird thing in the background. Chat, I'm not sure. What do you think where this is? Maybe this is a bridge of sacrifice. And this here looks different. Yeah, exactly. That was also my thought, Schnarke. I like that geniuses, it proves that geniuses think alike a lot. So in this regard, I would say you might be right. We could, chat, because the technology is there. We just have to take the technology and do things with it. Also, you notice how I love talking absolute nonsense sometimes, but we can just boot up Elden Ring really quick. You know, I love booting up Elden Ring really quick. And then we just check it. You know, we see if the landscape looks somewhat similar. I don't have Steam activated. Why is the game not starting? What do you think if we just look into this? Maybe we continue while I'm booting up Steam. What is this place? I thought this is DLC. The whatever this Forbidden Wood where you fight Midra at the end. Lake of Rot also a possibility. But there were little trees in Lake of Rot. Also, let me just look up for a brief moment how this place is called exactly, chat. It is... Forgot the name. It's called Abyssal Woods. I think that's the Abyssal Woods. Swamps. Love it. Yeah, I can see that the love for swamps is not everywhere on the same level, I would say. Let me just check something. Abyssal Woods. So if that is true, we look into this in a moment as well. Now I can finally boot up the game as promised because my Steam is there. After hearing too many bad puns here on the channel, I assume. But yes, let us load into the game with a character. I need a character that has played through the game. This is not... I don't have DLC access. Screw me, chat. I have to start the thing again. I need a different save game. New playthrough, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Earth Tree. Oops. That should be this character. Yes, but it helps if you have... that is a plan, Schnarke, but it helps if I don't have to type every site of grace in the DLC I want to go to. To have DLC access if we want to go to the Shaded Woods. Schnarke, you have to think a bit further than that. We will use Practice Tool to fly around to kind of not recreate, but find similar camera shots. Okay, if thinking hurts you so much, then maybe don't do it. But sometimes you have to, Schnarke. Otherwise, the foolish will take over. No, you have to, unfortunately, Schnarke. I have to say, otherwise the foolish take over, and that's also not great. So let us go to the Bridge of Sacrifice, which I also had in mind, same as Schnarke. Quelle. So, what was I going to do? Practice tool. S-cam, no dash sticks, because we don't die when we fly through things. I need to make it, we want to see what is going on, so we switch from... maybe I should have chosen noon, to be honest. Come on, we'll make noon. High Noon, good film by the way. Now we can fly around here a bit with our fantastic character. I think it already looks similar enough, to be honest. Oh, it's almost confirmed. What is the button for speed? I hope I can look far enough. But yeah, that looks... Yeah,
Es gibt nicht das Geringste zu sehen, Leute!
Oh yeah, I forgot about that, chat. I forgot about that. You are absolutely right. You can't see a thing because I forgot. That's why it's good to have people in chat, because then I forget. So I already, with the help of the fantastic practice tool, I moved my character to this location here, so we can have like a good overview. I would say, yeah, it's confirmed, chat. There isn't much problems currently. Get you a better view, but if we look at this here and then look back at the other scene here, it becomes clear. That was also my impression, so I was also 1% with Schnake here. So yeah, that's a bridge of sacrifice, 100%. Maybe I have to find the angle a bit better. It's different though. We have now an Everjail to the bottom left. And here, oops. Where is it? To give you the right thing. So here's now an Everjail, it seems. It's a bit different, but overall, it seems to be similar. Oh, there's even a troll there. I don't mean you guys on the internet, but one on Elden Ring. Maybe now that we are further back a little bit. Some stuff changes. It seems like they have these little rocks you can potentially climb up better. That's different in Elden Ring then. As you can see. This building is here. It's a bit collapsed though. There's a tower here or something that's also different. There's a tower on the other side. That is gone. Then the background is a magic tower. Now it's very interesting for me. The bridge in the background is not there. So this massive tower there, those are not there yet. And here's like a magical tower thing at the bridge. Do we see any hints for this particular circumstance? No, we don't. But yeah, it looks very familiar. There's also Friedhof, a cemetery. Don't see that one. But yeah, I would say that's pretty much confirmed. The next location. Oh no, I made a mistake. Press F5. I need to press... I don't know what I need to press, to be honest. Desk cam deactivated. Desk cam activated. It doesn't matter too much because we are going to the DLC anyway. And there we are taking the hobbits to Isengard. Links is a lila thing. So yeah, the next scene here in the trailer thing is this place with a little spider friend. Oops. Production on this is like a nightmare to do, to be honest. I need more screens for stuff like this. And we don't need to fly up, actually. All I need to do is get back to the ground. What we need to do, though, chat, is... Let me think for a moment. Speed. I don't want to move here so slow. I think we came from here. Yeah. God. I already lost track where I am. Baldur's Gate 3 wird review bombed. Oh, the dark line. Okay. Kind of confused, chat. What is a bonfire? This one here. Oh god, I did it again. What is the reason? Eight is a button, not 5. That's too fast. You could argue there is nothing as too fast. Where's this tree, chat? Maybe if we go very high, we can maybe see the tree. There must be some weirdly shaped giant tree. Promises too much. There's a lot of weirdly shaped giant trees here, it seems. Chat, does somebody in chat have an idea? Oh, here's an invisible wall. Why? Oh, fuck. Okay. That is really strange. There's an invisible wall here. I don't know why that is. Looks kind of funny. Okay. And just get the collision out of the way. I'm somehow trapped. Collision back on. We have this thing here. This here is a big one. That's a big one. But yeah, wouldn't you agree that this looks like shaded woods? I don't know where the where a tree like this would be, where there is a dude hanging. I could swear I wanted to go into the exact opposite direction. I want to go east. Check this place here. Very easier to go. But yeah, whatever. Sometimes with humanity, I simply give up. You know, it's just stupid people. You have to think like this. We're already in our country, or in our countries, there are a lot of stupid people already. And just imagine you live in a country with over 1 billion people. Can you imagine how many stupid people there must exist? I don't know why. My muscle memory dictates that 5 is for faster running. They changed the button at some point. Two. Going up. So for those of you who... That's an item I overlooked. Wow. You know I overlooked an item? What could this item be, chat? Now, it's even glowing, chat. How did I overlook that? Okay, chat, I accidentally deactivated the AI. Wow! It's a Shadow Realm Rune 7. 30k souls. Nice. Good that on my character needs how many souls for a level up? 300k. So it's 10% of a level up. Nice. What level is my character? 200? Yeah, almost 200. I think that's one of my highest leveled characters I ever did, to be honest, simply because I usually do new playthroughs with challenge runs and stuff. It doesn't matter too much, though. I would say, chat, you potentially will not agree with me there, but shaded woods, right? That seems to be pretty clear in this area. Instead of talking about how somebody gets review bombed, I want to talk about Elden Ring here. Oh Mann, Alter, ich hasse mich so sehr, dass ich das jedes Mal mache. I always press 5 instead of 8 for run faster, because it was, I think previously it was on 5. And I just can't get my fingers to not press the button. We need a bit of haste here, else we never going. Can we find this particular scene, like this specific tree, chat? Here you go with the dude this specific enemy. What were they called? Almost unkillable, annoying enemies. You have a max level, chat. Did you level it yourself completely to max, or how did you get this character? Must have taken hundreds of hours to level it to the max level. That's actually impressive, I think. Cheat engine, okay. Do you use actual cheat engine for this, or also a practice tool? Actually holds here in this round, that's funny. A Wiimote, it's called, okay. Because cheat engine sometimes, I don't know, has some... It's recognized, some versions of it are recognized as, what do you call it? As virus stuff, basically. This particular tree I could not find. And I don't know the area well enough because everything looks the same. But from the vibe and so on, from the kind of the trees with these roots that sticking out of the ground here and there, I feel like this particular place here is kind of fitting. Okay. The other suggestion for this particular place in the trailer, in case you wonder what we're looking for, it looks like this. The other place would be Rotten Lake, you said? I don't think it's Rot Lake, to be honest. But you could... Doesn't really look like Rot Lake. Does Rot Lake even have trees? It has a trees. I forgot about that. These trees here existed. No, you're right. This tree looks looks very similar to that one. But no way you get the impressions from Rot Lake. Are there other trees in Rot Lake, chat? Also a place where I rarely go to. I might press the right button. And who goes to Rot Lake on their own? I would say who goes here are people who run all remembrances, I guess. Yeah, maybe. So yeah, I get the tree impression of these two trees. So it could be Rot Lake. Maybe it's an early version of it when it was maybe not Rot Lake yet, but something more beautiful. That's definitely a possibility. But I don't know, chat. I don't know. It could also be from the DLC. I thought of Abyssal Woods first when I saw this particular shot. So, but I see what you mean. It could also be Rot Lake. So this. Would you say it looks more like Rot Lake, or would you say it looks more like Abyssal Woods? It's the unbeloved child between Abyssal Woods and Rot Lake. Yeah, maybe it's that. They fused together something. Let us... shut up here for a moment. No, let's go back. Not shut up. Look to the trailer. Okay. Interesting thing. First of all, new armor. I think this doesn't look too familiar. He has a hawk hat for whatever reason. This weapon is, I don't know what is this. Wait. You know what this weapon here is? No, it's maybe it's some kind of crossbow, right? I thought it would be something like where you have to hit the enemy like in Armored Core. However, chat, what is interesting is this dude here in the background. Look at him. Do you recognize the dude in the background? The boss. We call it Dingsbums. Yes, exactly. This boss here, for all these people who played Dark Souls 1, doesn't have no Elden Ring play. This is the centipede demon from Dark Souls 1. So Dark Souls 1 players say, oh, this guy again. And it would be interesting, Dark Souls 1 you can cut off his tail to get his ring early, but yeah. It's a strange boss, to be honest, but interesting to see him again. Then we have some DLC dudes. Like this winged stuff here. Weird hawk people there. There is like a weapon where you can pull enemies towards you, which looks very fun, to be honest. Like, look at this. So it seems like they have... I assume this thing here he has multiple uses. You can pull enemies, but you can also shoot arrows with it. It's kind of a multifunctional tool. Somewhat like the arm in Elden and Sekiro. The woman there in the background does a weird... Okay, this spin here. Now seeing the spin of the woman. Not sure what the attack is. Maybe it's an Ash of War or something. Yeah, here we see we have the flying. And the wing stuff is already in the DLC, I think. I don't never tried it out, so I don't know how it actually works. But it seems to be more sophisticated flying than last time. It was the dude of Summer. And here we have her. Tragedy must be saved. Look at her. She looks like the mask. She looks like the Firekeeper from Dark Souls 3, the mask, a bit. Don't you think so? That's interesting. Here we have the hero, ancient hero of Summer, Zamur. Cool new outfit here. Here we have this spirit tree, and it seems like in the spirit trees you can call the Spirit Hawk, and then you can use the Spirit Hawk to fly around. Which I think is pretty cool. Then you can wall jump now, chat. Do we have an idea where this place here is? This place looks new, I have to admit. From its structure, I thought for a moment, distantly, it reminded me of some kind of mixture between the DLC castle, whatever it's called, chat. Forgot the name. The Shadow Keep in the DLC, chat. Main gate, plaza, storehouse, back section, Shadow Keep, back gate. Now we're going to the DLC. We just have a look. Oh yeah, Nocron it could be. That's an interesting idea too. It's like the buildings look very Nocron-like. You are, that's a good call. Storehouse back section. There's like a place where you can exit. No, that's wrong.
Es gibt nicht das Geringste zu sehen, Leute.
Yeah. Currently just loading. I mean, can I just fly up? I need... Sevens. There's one floor where you can leave the building. I'm currently... Yeah, this one here. So we press F2. Desk cam is deactivated. Press maybe... Oh no, I did it again. Oh, come on. I played too much with the old version. Always think it's wrong what I'm doing here. Double Speed. Ich kann es mir nicht abgewöhnen. Sorry, Leute. Ich drücke immer auf 5 statt auf 8. Das ist irgendwie mein Muscle Memory gerade so hart drin. Das Problem ist, 5 ist die Desk Cam. 5 is the Desk Cam. The cam just screws up when it comes. When it appears, I don't want that. I want to make my character faster. And that's too nebulous here. Some of the stuff looks at least distantly. I don't know if it's more Shadow Keep-like in parts maybe, but yeah, Nocron is an interesting idea for it as well. This is so high. I have to go down, chat. Obviously here the assets are not fully loaded. Okay, I'm not even close to where I wanted to be. So we take the main gate, chat. Here I should be able to just jump down. I like how the text is not following along. Nokron, you said. Nokron Theophora or Unseal? Nokron Eternal City. Let's have a look at Nokron really quick. F2. 8. Man. Please. Fly. No. I find a place like this. Yeah, maybe when... That's a good idea, Naka. I like your thinking there. It's not exactly like it. Would be an interesting idea. Oh, you see the sky. That's the only thing that kind of just distracts me in this regard, chat. And you have these statues where stuff is cut off. But you're right. These women here, the statue in the background. Not sure if you can see it. My mouse can see it. He looks a bit like these Nox flowing sword enemies that forgot how they are called. So to some degree, I see some parallels here. Yeah, you are right. Here are these statues. The gravity stuff currently doesn't work. It's a shortcut kind of stopped working. Yeah, here you see the statues. It's not the same shot at all, but distantly there are some similarities here and there. The statues look kind of... Yeah, you're just a genius. I have no idea if Nokron was once over the Earth. I'm not too familiar with the Nokron lore, to be honest. It makes sense, because Nokron is the home of the Nox dudes. The night is far from over, and Nokron has a connection to night, yeah. Well, I mean, it plays maybe before the Shattering, so the world is different. So I think, yeah, you might be onto something. So yeah, that could be actually Nokron. Pretty good call. I mean, there's also Noxtella.
Es gibt nicht das Geringste zu sehen, Leute!
Yeah, I'm also not in Noxtella yet, man. Chill. Maybe. They also have the statues here, chat. That is actually Noxtella, I think, chat. Maybe different, but Noxtella is fitting even more. I think this location is actually Noxtella, chat. With some, just some changes here and there. Could be like different location, but overall. Yeah, I can see that. Watch party. Yeah, so yeah, it might be Nox pre-shattering Noxtella. So pretty cool that thanks to Schnarke and Baldur's Fate we could figure it out. Let's go back here. Oh god, here, this dude, chat. Oh man, this is one of my favorite base game boss of Dark Souls 3. As this is the Nameless King. Yeah, it's a pretty awesome boss. He throws his spear. That's an attack he also has in Dark Souls 3. Lol. A deflect super counter sword. That's cool. Shit, what is this entity here? Is this a mouse? It looks like it. Not the gaping drake though. Don't recognize it. This is a lord of the basilisks. Cerberus. That looks pretty awesome, to be honest. I'm not sure. It's retailed Cerberus. The Cerberus has 3 heads, right? Was there a similar boss with a 3-headed wolf entity? It also has a sword on its back. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, its wings. It's on a chain. He can also split up. Okay, that's funny. That's nightmare to fight alone, I think, chat. What could this place be? It looks kind of new, to be honest. Oh no, I know which place here this is? There's only one place in all of Elden Ring where this here could fit. I'm completely wrong though. Yeah, maybe it's a mixture. I have to think of Hades. So that has 3 heads. I think it's this thing here. I think what they might do... Oh god, I did it again. Chat, I hate myself so much. Which is kind of cool maybe, because I want to learn more about this particular place here, but I think that's this place, chat. F8, F8, not F8, just 8. This here. Blonk. In case you always wondered, what is here? I mean, it looks a bit different, to be fair, but like I said, it was before the shattering. There seems to be some kind of magic door behind this stair thing. I always wanted to explore this here, actually. See if there's any hint. Go on, no collision. Yeah, it doesn't look too spectacular from the back, to be honest. But yeah, this white stuff here, it looks at least somewhat similar, to be honest. I mean, you're not supposed to be here, chat, so... But yeah, I think that could work. That's your Haustür. Ich sehe nichts. You are blind. Did I forgot to switch? I forgot, but yeah. Therefore, I just forget to switch the scene chat. I don't know. Like I said, production is very complicated for me. I think it might be the Divine Gate. Or something that has to do with the Divine Gate. The Frenzy door? I don't know. Yeah, but they could change that. Like they could make up whatever reason they want why a door is there. Yes, no door. Yeah, I know, but I think the stair looks somewhat similar. It's the only place with stair, though there are no corpses or something like this. But I could imagine that maybe if you go behind this, there's some weird gate or whatever. They could come up with some thing why it was different in the past, but it reminded me definitely a bit of this particular place here. Also have to consider the stair here was once much bigger, so this place also looked different at some point in time. It could also be something completely new, I agree. The Frenzy door. To find that one. That is below... No, it's actually... not be... That is weirdly done, actually. Like, you don't... Well, it's not weirdly done. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It is the Frenzied Flame Proscription. We also have that bonfire. That's why I wanted a character that has all the bonfires, because it's just easier to find stuff. Just imagine I have to type Frenzied Flame Proscription thing. Whoever wants that. Does it? I don't know. Does it really look so similar? Yeah, it looks really different, Schnack. I think you had too much cacao or something. What happens if I go past this door? On Earth is this? It looks delicious, though. Huh? What is this, chat? Any idea? It looks like some gigantic roasted pieces of bacon. It looks delicious. All these, like a grillspieß, something like that, you know, like some meat on a stick that you grill. There's also door meat inside the door, it looks like it. But yeah, no. I think it's not that. Come on, it's a shocking. You could, yeah, you could. Yeah, but you could be right. It could be something completely new if we compare this, like in here's the scene we are currently talking about. There's also a white tree glowing up there, so it really could be something new. The only in the white in the gate thing there's not. Maybe okay, maybe the shadow tree was once white or something. I don't know. I would also imagine, like, the idea is you go through different areas and then you have an end boss. Maybe this is like some of the final doors you have to at the end of your roguelike run, whatever. I have to admit, this guy here looks a bit like the helm. With a bit of fantasy, looks a bit like of Artorias. 2025 on www.nightreign.com. Nightreign.com. Let's check something really quick. Do you see this in this scene here? There's a tree. This is a tree where I assume summon these hawks that fly around. It also looks kind of different. This also looks like a DLC mini dungeon thing. Same as this place. So this also looked a bit like a Mork's place. I don't know. Not the palace though, but maybe some of the earlier areas. I don't know though. This here is definitely Limgrave or Liurnia or something. My first impression was like Limgrave. This is maybe a Gil here in the background. Yeah, this with the banners and so on. That's like also a tree, but this area here reminds me a bit of Redan's desert. Chris Link. What do you want to post a link or what? Now you should be able to post one. Linkadresse kopieren. No. Options. Choices. Here it is, the article. I found like a summary of this. That's a doggo. That's a birdo. Oh, nice witch image. It looks pretty cool, I have to admit. But yeah, the art style they were always pretty good at. Lol. This enemy here, chat. Is this the enemy I think it is, chat? It would be absolutely... I wouldn't say it's fantastic, because it's a strange enemy. It's a very weird enemy in Souls-like. In the Souls series. I think this is Duke Diaz Freya. From Dark Souls 2. No, it's not the naked Spider-Woman. I think this is Duke Diaz-Freya from Dark Souls 2. What is weird is Duke Diaz-Freya has a head at the front and a head at the back, and then it has this spider. And it can only be attacked on the head. However, if you make a challenge run and do too little damage to the head, at some point the head falls off. Also, sorry for ignoring you, Anivius sub. I haven't watched in the other Twitch chat for a moment. Moria, obvious. Excited for The Witcher 4? Yeah, I'm also pretty... We talk about Witcher in a moment, Anivius soup. So... Currently I focus. So to be honest, I only have an hour left, so maybe... there's that, but yeah, I don't know. In Duke Diaz-Freya, you could, if you do a challenge run, you do not enough damage. The amount of, or the head pops off at some point of this enemy. I think determine on how many hits you land on the head. If you only do 10 damage, at some point the head will fall off. And what can happen is that both heads fall off of the spider, and then it's unkillable because it's completely invulnerable. So, I think this is Duke Diaz-Freya from Dark Souls 2, to be honest. That's pretty cool. Here we have these Farum Azula dudes, and these chests here they currently have. So this looks more like an... You know, like an artwork. The chests here, these are Dark Souls 1 chests. That's how they look in Dark Souls 1. I'm not 1% sure who or what this dude here is. It looks kind of weird, to be honest. A lot of Greek mythology stuff. We have the Cerberus, we have the Centaur. Is this and... Yeah, I think it is. Whatever. Roundtable hold looks different this time. Look at this. Looks more destroyed. Like trees and roots growing through and so on. Very interesting. And we're back to the first image. So very interesting. So, developer From Software, published by the Namco, have announced Elden Ring Nightreign, a standalone cooperative spin-off set in a world parallel to that of the 2022's Elden Ring. Revealed with its debut trailer at the Game Awards, Elden Ring Nightreign allows players to team up with 2 co-op partners and drop into a condensed map based on Elden Ring's Limgrave area, with enemy structures that are randomized at the start of each session. From there, players must hustle to defeat enemy camps and find more powerful weapons, so that when nightfall comes, they have a better chance of surviving a challenging boss encounter. If players survive for 3 in-game days, they must take on a major boss, with 8 major bosses to be found and conquered in the game. Designed to be approachable for existing players and newcomers alike, Elden Ring Nightreign features a roster of 8 playable characters to choose from, each with unique skills and ultimate attacks. Nightreign is a session-based RPG intended to be played online with 3 players, but solo play will also be supported. Interestingly, they say with 3 players, not up to 3 players. So it seems like you can play it with 3 people or you can play it alone, but not with 2 players, which is interesting. While Elden Ring, as helmed by venerable FromSoft president Hidetaka Miyazaki, development on Nightreign is led by first-time game director Yunya Ishizaki. Or I screwed that name up. Not sure how the J is pronounced in Japanese. I know they have the J sound as well, so Junya might makes sense. Ishizaki. I think the stress is on the first syllable, I'm not sure though. Whatever. However, Ishizaki is no newcomer to the Souls genre, having been member of the From Software team since 2011's Dark Souls, serving critical roles including level battle designer on the 2015's Bloodborne and comp designer on Elden Ring. As a developer, I had many ideas for what could be potentially be new games. Could potentially be new games during the development of the past titles I've worked on, including Elden Ring. When I stepped up as a new director, I was given the opportunity to direct this idea from Nightreign. We've always been seen as a company that makes these Souls-likes, or this kind of traditional formula of Souls-like games, and so I saw this as an opportunity to do something different, to challenge both myself and the company, to build something new while still using what we've cultivated with our previous titles. Also, personally, I enjoyed co-op multiplayer experiences, and I want to make something that was very much focused on that with Nightreign. Okay, earlier this month, IGN had an opportunity to visit From Software and go hands-on with an early build of Nightreign. We came away impressed, stating that Elden Ring Nightreign takes the cautious dungeon crawls of Elden Ring and turbocharges them to propulsive slash and dash speedruns. That sounds cool. Check out IGN interview, blah blah blah, was full, so I recommend do this. I don't want to read everything because, you know, it's here by IGN, of course, as you can see. The link I posted in chat for the people, so if you want to read more about this, check this out or click on this. Support IGN in this regard for their work. Trailer. Now this is the weird door we have at the end. There might also be some new stuff. We have seen a lot of Limgrave that we kind of recognized. What's interesting that some of these areas, like I said here, this here all looks very Limgrave-y. Though to be fair, this here reminded me a bit of the DLC from the color stuff and so on. But yeah, here we have. I assume this is here the restricted area where stuff gets smaller. This place here, though, didn't look much like Limgrave, if I'm honest. Remind me a bit of other places, like Abyssal Woods or Lake of Rot. I'm curious. But yeah, this here could be clearly Limgrave. Very cool that they... There's also this thing in the background. So it seems like the main focus seems to be Limgrave, which is cool, I guess. You also have the cemetery stuff in the background. Okay, chat, let's look at this particular thing here. What do you think this place here could be? But yeah, there seems definitely to be PR stuff. So I'm very excited to see what this here might be. From a castle, maybe? Yeah, maybe. Could be the starting area of Stormvale. But let's look into this really quick and then we maybe check the Witcher trailer. So we get something done here. But I guess it will, yeah. Since I'm a huge fan of this particular game here. Yeah, maybe from Margit's start point place. Let me just turn off the enemy UI. Yeah, it could be like here, you know. Here's a thing like this. It looks too broad, to be honest, to really fit. At least it has this section here, but maybe our. Stop shooting. Okay. I don't know. It's too straightforward. This is more like curve. Maybe here. That doesn't fully convince me as well. Okay, that's funny. Skip the loading zone. No, that also doesn't really work. I don't know, chat. There might be places in Stormvale that look somewhat similar. Promise, I can't give you a complete look of Stormvale because it's designed in different loading zones. But it's also here, it's pretty destroyed on the screenshot. Like, you even have these massive, you know, rift there, den Graben halt. That I found very, very strange. But whatever, I would say we turn off here for the time, turn off the game. For the time being. So yeah, that was Nightreign. I did not expect that another game like that would come. A bit definitely surprised. Was the highlight for me. Like this was. I just wanted to look shortly into it, and then I have to admit this year the show was better than ever before. I think, like from the pacing, how they did stuff. I think the jokes worked better, and so on and so forth. So overall, I think it was a pretty good show. And they also had some decent trailer stuff to show this year. So from this perspective, it just kind of worked well, I thought. Now I have to go back to my list here. Okay, I forgot when this was in the trailer particularly. So one thing that I also thought was very cool, we watch it next, and we come maybe to Witcher. Just good opportunity to maybe place this here in between. Is this little trailer here. I hope it's the right one. The Game Kitchen, those are, as you can read here, the makers of Blasphemous. And yeah, these are the dudes from Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden, of course, yeah. I don't know if you know the original Ninja Gaiden from the NES, but it was tough. It was an extremely difficult game. And this is how it looks then in-game. And yeah, the Game Kitchen is known for this kind of pixel retro style with really good animation. Quite a bit of gore as well. And with Blasphemous 2, they definitely also managed to create a game that plays very well. Blasphemous 1 also played decently, I felt. But I think they got so much better with the second game they made. So making, like, I don't know, some kind of Metroidvania Ninja Gaiden game, or maybe more classic approach. I don't know how they will develop this, but yeah. This I found also pretty cool, I have to admit. So yeah, Ninja Gaiden, pretty awesome. I'm not sure if you have any connections to this. Like, before Dark Souls was a thing, Ninja Gaiden is often considered like extremely difficult. I guess more difficult than Dark Souls even. As a result, unfortunately, Ninja Gaiden never got that popular ever again, I feel. So for a lot of people, for nostalgia reasons, it had a place in their heart for sure, but it could never appeal so much to the mainstream as for example, Dark Souls. Though it's a different game, of course. This is more a mixture of fighting and platforming. And Dark Souls is not a platformer, so there's a huge difference in it. But when it comes to the perception of a difficult game that sometimes feels also unfair, but it can be mastered and it can become really good at it. So it's not completely unfair, but it's definitely at the beginning when you start with it, it can feel unfair. I remember the first game on the NES I played, and then there was this one ladder. We have just to climb up a ladder, like a wall, pretty similar to the wall you see here. Just with a ladder, you climb up. It's very long. And at the top of it, there's a stupid bird. And it attacks you on the ladder. But on the ladder, you can't fight that well. And when you get hit, you fall down. And you don't take many hits and you die. And start at you lose a life. When you don't have life, you start to continue. And then start at the complete beginning from, I think, the level again, if I remember correctly. And this is kind of where I stopped playing, because I was not able to get past this bird. Like, I always fell down, I always got killed, something went wrong, and it felt horrible. So I remember this particular bird. I think it's, if you have a good strat or so, it's easy to get past it, but when I was younger, I struggled massively getting past this stupid bird. So, yeah, there's that, but yeah. It looks pretty cool, I have to admit. And I know that the Blasphemous guys are competent game makers, so I can definitely see that they kind of managed to make a cool, or take their vision or their spin on the Ninja Gaiden formula. So that could be pretty cool. And what do you mean with next podcast episode? You mean my Rings and Games podcast? Or do you mean a new lore discussion live stream in general? Like, we will have a watch party in 40 minutes. We will have a watch party for the Two Towers. It's basically a podcast as well. The problem with my other podcast is the idea of I don't like podcasting alone. I need a guest for it. And since I do it in English, I need somebody who is comfortable speaking English that long. Finding guests was always a bit difficult. Yeah, then only 2 episodes, unfortunately. The first, I invited a little Twitch streamer I follow for a long time, since my League of Legends time. We called Pawns. Shoutouts to him. Still streaming at times and so on. And I think I also had Dan, fellow Lord of the Rings creator, currently inactive. Voice of Geekdom. What was his channel? I mean, Voice of Geekdom, I think he called his channel. Doesn't matter. I think him as a guest, and in the second episode, who would I had? I forgot who was my guest in the second episode, to be honest. That's a bit unfortunate, I think. Horn's Voice of Geekdom. Little hint from the... I had... Oh, that's actually sick. I had Man of the West and Nerd of the Rings as guests. That's pretty awesome, actually. That's a pretty stacked up lineup. Like, 2 of the biggest Lord of the Rings creator that there is, like Matt, I don't know, recently cracked the 1 million subscriber on YouTube. He started much later than I did, so he's obviously far more successful in this regard. How many subscribers does he have right now? And yeah, Nerd of the Rings, 1.19 million. So it's 1.2 million subscribers by now.
It's a question many...
That's his voice. He has a really good voice, I think. And yeah, Men of the West.
It's a question many have asked. What would happen if one of the most powerful...
Stop just playing randomly. Yeah, Men of the West, also nice content creator. When it comes to Tolkien stuff. Still doing every week his video for years. It's fascinating. And he's not doing this as his main job, so that's also something to be considered. So yeah, the point though with the currently you can't see a thing. So currently the problem is the MVP is back. Welcome back, Schnarke. Yeah, like I said, the problem is I need somebody who is very confident to talk 2 hours with me in English about, I don't know, games and Lord of the Rings stuff. That's a bit difficult, I think. Yes, it's true. Schnarke Zazu is not here. Actually, I haven't seen him in a while. Hope he's doing well. So yeah, the next thing might be The Witcher, right? So, Witcher stuff. Yeah, I'm curious what they will do. What is interesting in this context is this notion here. Cinematic trailer pre-rendered in Unreal Engine 5 on an unannounced NVIDIA GeForce RTX GPU. That's very interesting. So it's the next generation of NVIDIA GPUs that they already have access to, it seems. Have some nudity here and so on and so forth. But yeah, basically it's about like a human sacrifice to the gods or whatever. Classic Witcher stuff. Kind of do the right thing and people still, innocent people still get killed. Classic Witcher stuff, simply. And yeah, the question for like Witcher 4 is like we see in these shots here. Where is it? There's some cuts here and there. Yeah, here's a cut. We see like a Witcher person standing here, 2 swords, Witcher, and so on and so forth. And then it's revealed who it is, and yeah, it's not a. Is it a big surprise? I have to admit, I'm not too big in the Witcher universe. I played 6,050, potentially a 5090 or something like this. I assume the enthusiast cards NVIDIA usually publishes first, so it would be the 5090 and also the 5080. Yeah, one of those. And I've not seen the series of Witcher, so I can't comment on that. But yeah, since after 3, I assume some people suspected that they might continue with Ciri here.
You chose her.
And then yeah, a lot of fighting stuff happens here. There's some lore implications here and there. So what can I say? Like, I know CD Projekt is really good at one thing, that is like writing characters and stories. So in this regard, I think that's pretty cool. What? Yeah, Schnack is the perfect candidate. No clue about games, and I need somebody where this would be possible. Or maybe I need to start a German podcast version of it. It would be easier to find guests, to be honest, because my problem in the English community, I always feel a bit isolated. I have no problem getting somebody, an English speaker, native English speaker, talking about Lord of the Rings with me. That would be not the problem. My problem is getting an English speaker to talk about games with me that kind of has maybe an interesting range of interest and so on. Sometimes you need somebody you connect with. Like, I know LPTT would be an interesting person maybe to do this. I'm not sure how confident he is in his English skills though. But like I said, maybe I have to reboot it as a German podcast or something. That would be easier because I know more people. I know a lot of people in German who know Lord of the Rings. Well, not a lot, but a few. And I know people in the German community who just to my Twitch streaming endeavors, who play video games and so on. Oh, Tonice, also nice to see you. Welcome. We missed the Elden Ring section at the beginning. We're currently talking about The Witcher. But yeah, The Witcher, like CD Projekt or yeah, CD Projekt Red is able to write characters, the world. They have kind of improved a lot and reached like a level where I see this could be good. It's a female protagonist. Yeah, I don't know. For Lord of the Rings, you are the best candidate ever. Yeah, that's true. Basically the best possible choice. I would agree on that. Also for Too Nice, in case... I'm not sure, Too Nice, have you seen the Game Awards? Or at least the trailers and so on. Here's a list I stole. Well, I stole the links, but the list I created kind of myself. With all the stuff that was shown at the Game Awards, trailer-wise. Any particular thing you want to talk about? Too Nice? If so, let me know in chat. Oh, you haven't seen it. Okay. Well, there was like a new Elden Ring standalone co-op roguelike thing that looked very cool that we discussed for quite some time now. So I have to get going because the watch party starts soon. As a result, I don't have that much time. But yeah, they are fighting. She drinks like her potion and use some magic, some implications. Can Ciri actually use some of the Witcher stuff and so on and so forth? We don't know. And they just killed her anyway. But yeah, it looks like a classic Witcher side quest you encounter. Is there a second chat? Yes, I have one in, like, I stream a lot in German recently, Anivia Soup, and let me just, do I have a link for that prepared? I don't, potentially. Where is it? No, that's not it. Can't see it right now. I need my Discord here. News, copy link. So yeah, but it's a German chat, so I'm not sure if you are interested in this. They're allowed to write in German there, here on your side of the chat. It's English, I answer in English. Usually though, this is my German Twitch channel, so to say, so I kind of split this stuff up. And currently, yeah, I have too much fun streaming my native language. That's kind of a problem for the English channel, unfortunately. That's why I'm not streaming that much on the English channel recently. And there's a second chat that's a bit more active than the English one. So there's that. But whatever, let us jump back to The Witcher. So I don't know, like, I'm not really have any worries about this particular game, if I'm honest. Like, I know, like, the visual quality of this particular trailer is already pretty impressive. And I believe that the Witcher people, the Witcher CD Projekt can pull that off visually. It was like a CGI trailer and so on, but it kind of shows visually in which direction they want to go. At the end, it might look a bit different here and there, but I think it will be okay. CD Projekt is just extremely talented when it comes to this. The question is a bit after the Cyberpunk thing. Thank you for the follow there. Much appreciated, Anivia Sub. So in this regard, no, here's nothing. And in this regard, I'm not worried. I have to admit, I'm a sci-fi fan, so for me, and I like Cyberpunk, the subgenre a lot. I'm very much looking forward to the next Cyberpunk game, I have to admit. I hope they don't screw it up. The biggest problem with CD Projekt is themselves. Like, if they say, oh, this game comes out. Did they have any release thing here for The Witcher? Like a year? It potentially is still quite a bit of time in the distant future. It seems like it. But if you think about it, like let's say this game comes out 2026. Let's pretend. I'm not sure if this is. Well, let's say 2027 or something. It's maybe 3 years away. Who knows? Maybe it's a very early announcement again. Who knows? But I would not expect it next year. So 2026 to 2027, I think, is a reasonable assumption for the release time frame for this game. Maybe I missed something there at the start, but here in the trailer they did not say when it releases. And in this regard, it is very difficult to say. The Chaos. Neo, thank you for the follow. So we reached the follower goal. Thank you for that. Much appreciated. But what do I want to say? The Witcher stuff is in this regard release-wise on the border of the life cycle of the PlayStation 5 potentially, because I would assume 2027 could be when the PlayStation 6 might coming around the corner very slowly. I don't think, like next year, I don't see them announcing it next year, 2026, 2027. Then slowly we also come into PlayStation announcement territory. And not that we get like the same problem we had in the past, where they have like this very ambitious project here, like The Witcher 4, visually very impressive and so on. And then, oh no, we want to hit this sweet spot where both console generations are, where this shift in console generations, so people potentially, like we get a bigger player base. Usually if you release just on a console generation that is just new out, you know, the installment base, so how many people have a console is just very low if you say, yeah, this is for PlayStation 6 only. And I don't think it's, they will definitely want to release it on PS5. So if the time frame of the release of Sony's PlayStation 6 is in the way again, it might force them to release a game early again. And I think they have learned maybe their lesson, maybe not, because in the end, Cyberpunk 2077, sorry, wrong rulebook version. The 2077 was largely successful. It was a very successful game, and it's a fantastic game. Just the release version of it was an audacity. It was just, in German would say, a Frechheit. Ganz schön frech, CD Projekt. And in this regard, it will be interesting to see where they, maybe I should also play the trailer a bit here in the background. So we have something moving. But yeah, it's in this regard very interesting to see that they might go into this direction. That history could repeat itself, but I don't know. Like, the success makes them right, but after the fiasco of the Cyberpunk release, I definitely think that...
Go now. Nay, I must save them.
Nay.
Save the village.
Why is the video just stopping randomly? They also lost talent due to this in particular, so I'm a bit worried that this could repeat on the one side. On the other side, I think the hit for the image for CD Projekt and also company internally, how this was received by the developers and that many kind of quit and left the company, very talented people, it seems like not wise to pursue this again. But like I said, from timing wise, it could happen. So very interesting. It's kind of my biggest fear, but I think even Cyberpunk 2077 in this regard was a fantastic game. It was just not ready for release just yet. As a result, Pretty cool fighting scene. As a result, yeah, I don't doubt that CD Projekt is capable of making a good Witcher game, so I'm not too worried about it. That is a female protagonist. To be honest, I don't care. It was kind of already one of the possibilities what could have happened, that if you succeed, that she here becomes the next protagonist of it. And who knows, maybe you can even select between her and another character that will be revealed later. Who knows? I don't know what they want to go, which direction they want to go exactly. But it looks great. It will be interesting. Everybody will play it when it comes out. People are hyped, I think. And there are some people who say, oh no, it's woke or whatever. They are always there shouting on the same nonsense all the time. It doesn't make sense discussing that because they have no arguments. They have not really anything interesting to say, in my opinion. They don't like female protagonists. Yeah, that's okay. You don't have to like female protagonists. I don't care, to be honest, as long as she's written well. I don't mind. Yeah, oh no, a woman. How terrible. I don't get it. Especially, like, she's not a character that just popped out of nowhere. We actually know she existed from the previous game, so whatever. So yeah, that was the Witcher trailer. There's not much I have to say about it, because let's be honest, everybody will play it, and if they don't screw up the launch technically, it will be most likely that the probability of this being an exceptional game again is very high. What else is missing, chat? Let me just think for a moment. Yeah, Gerald might be also in it as well. That is true, actually. So, I don't know. I mean, I could imagine. I'm not sure if this would work. If you could also play, like, you can select a female Witcher or male Witcher. Maybe Ciri or Gerald or something like that. I don't know. Or whoever. Like, wasn't he seen somewhere in the trailer, actually? Yeah, that's also a possibility. Maybe you could switch. I think Ciri was also playable in the previous games. Short moment or something. Yeah, exactly. I don't get it as well, to be honest. I don't know. I could swear there was, like, I should not read comments here live, but let me just think for a moment, chat. You know, I think very slowly, so it takes a moment. Yeah, that's. I'm not sure if there's some interesting. Oh yeah, there was. this article here, where there was a confirmation that Gerald is in the new game as well. Try to bring it here on screen again by IGN. I did not copy the freaking link. I'm sad. So here it is again. Gerald is in The Witcher 4, and that is indeed Doug Cockle's voice in the trailer. CD Projekt confirms. If you watched her debut trailer, blah blah blah, you have heard a line of dialogue that sound very much like it was coming from previous protagonist Gerald. Time for a new saga. See you on the path. I'm actually not sure when this is set in the trailer because I forgot. I've not looked too much into it. Let's do the subtitle thing. It might. Wait, there is a trick. They remove these features? Man, I assume it's automatically generated, maybe? Yeah, there was a button somewhere where you could show the transcript of the video. Maybe you need a plugin for it now? I don't know, chat. I think where it was here when you press on the 3 dots. Whatever.
Dearest daughter, I've devil wisdom. Everest.
Does somebody know when this in the video appears? Oh, this is a different trailer. I'm not sure if this is... I think this is the first trailer, though.
To your father! Run!
Maybe it's in this dialogue here. Well, where is this line? I'm not finding it, chat. I'm not finding it. If somebody knows, let me know. Let me just see. Did they write it into the text? Time for a new saga, see you on your path. Something like that. No, whatever. Yeah, well, that happens at times. Why is finding stuff always so difficult? They could have... IGN could have just maybe put it into the timestamp into it. Always unfortunate shit. Found another version of the trailer. The voice says time for a new saga, see you on the path. It sounded not like... Okay, here somebody has found this. It says it's in a different version of the trailer. Holy moly, why is it always so difficult to find stuff? Well, I can't confirm this because I have not found a different version of the trailer.
There are only monsters.
No. Exactly. Thus, that is something we condemn. So chat, that was Witcher. Was there anything else that was interesting that we could briefly mention here? Because I don't have much time anymore, unfortunately. The biggest problem is really doing here production because I just have too many windows open. It's just difficult. Borderlands 4, I'm not into Borderlands. Like, it could be very cool. I know a lot of people look forward to Borderlands 4. It's not for me. Anymore. I played 1 and 2. It did not look too bad. They need, I guess, some new Siren entity. I'm not into it. What other thing do we have? We had Okami sequel. Okay, that is kind of interesting. I guess, chat. Unfortunately, we have not seen much in the thing here. So from this perspective, I wouldn't say it's not interesting. But that it will be interesting though, because the original game is like a very nice game. It was once made. We don't see much here. We don't know what's going on exactly. It's more like a little teaser that we got there. But it had a very unique art style back in the day and was a fun game that has definitely a lot of fans when it came out. Beautiful music. Definitely could be a very cool game. So yeah, I think a lot of people are very pleased that this is coming back, and let's call it Okami sequel. That's basically everything that we have. Capcom, Hideki Kamiya is game director again, so yeah, people might be happy. In this regard, just want to mention it here very briefly. Wolf is Amaterasu, I think she's called. And yeah, I might be interested in this, to be honest. Like, there's also something I would play. So for people wondering, Hideki Kamiya is like a well-known developer. He directed Resident Evil 2, Devil May Cry. He invented that. Devil May Cry originally was planned to be a more action-focused Resident Evil game, actually. It's kind of funny. But yeah, also did Kami and so on. He was involved in Bayonetta in Wonderful 101, so some of my favorite games of all time, he kind of was involved. So when he does a new game, I'm of course interested in it, especially with the sequel of the fantastic Okami game. Astral Chain he also did. What is Project GG? So yeah, doesn't matter too much. Yeah, Bayonetta I like because of the gameplay. That's actually true. I think Bayonetta has fantastic gameplay. Okay, see you later. Sleep well. Nake, nice that you were here. First Berserker. Oh yeah, that's actually a good call. What was the trailer though? Not what, where was the trailer? Let me just double check chat. Onimusha is something I wanted to talk about for a moment. That's also something I would like to discuss. But yeah, Bayonetta had some really cool stuff. For example, on the highest difficulty in Bayonetta, at some point, you have this dodge ability on the lower difficulties when you dodge, and then the time stops or slows down massively, and then you can do like combos and massive damage. One of the core gameplay mechanics. And interestingly, on the highest difficulty, most enemies are immune to this effect. So you do this very close dodge, but the time doesn't slow down anymore. So when do you do the combos? And for that, they have the idea that you dodge the last moment, and let's say you hit him 2 times in the combo input, you can hold the button, do the dodge while holding the button, and then let go of the button and continue the combo from where it stopped. So basically, you can dodge inside the combo. And that was a very cool mechanic that was very challenging to learn and so on for me. I remember that. Though I was not good at it, to be fair, but it was definitely something I really like. Bayonetta had so much cool stuff you could do combo-wise in the game. As a fighting game player, I also liked this. At cool levels, it was completely bonkers, but it was a fantastic game. And yeah, of course, Bayonetta is also hot, but that's, I think, like the what do you call it? Die Kirsche auf der Torte, keine Ahnung. It was the icing on the cake, something like that you say in English. I don't even know how the German saying goes. Das i-Tüpfelchen. Exactly. Because it was suggested in chat, and I'm also interested in it if it's good. Is the next trailer. Yeah, Okami, like I said, cool game. I like the game director. Like absolute legend in game development. The next trailer, yep. And it's Kazan. The first Berserker. Kazan, it's called. There was already a playable demo, which I think was good. Though I think it was only on PlayStation, right? Interesting that we here get the Xbox trailer version of it, but whatever. He always looks like a bit, he does not care much about the cold. He's possessed by some kind of demon thing. And now he's able, with his rage, to kill everything. Yeah, we have 10 minutes, a bit less, because I have to restart my computer once, unfortunately, else I can't do the watch party. I forgot to restart it initially when I started the stream here. Maybe I'm lucky. Or maybe test if I'm lucky. Nope, I have to restart. I have very little time left. Go big demon. Yeah, it's an interesting scene. His eye is here, not red yet. That's a kind of interesting detail. You see his dinosaur eye is not red yet, but when he gets stabbed, the eye becomes red. That's kind of a cool detail, I think. Well, pretty tough dude, to be honest. I would be surprised if this is Xbox exclusive. It's not, right? Or am I wrong? It was a demo on the Xbox. I swear it was on PlayStation. The first Berserk. No Wikipedia article. It comes to PC at least. It's on Steam already listed, so there's a Steam page for it. I can't tell you. Does it come to PlayStation? Yeah, it is listed in the PlayStation Store as well. I could swear there was like a playable beta demo or something. No, yeah. I mean, some of the Xbox stuff also lands on Steam in the end, like Starfield is also Xbox exclusive, I think. And it's on Steam as well. So that's, I think, not an argument. The last thing I wanted to mention here in this stream. So I know the list is much longer. Well, there are actually two things. There's Intergalactic. Okay, it's Crimson Desert, Intergalactic, Mafia, The Old Country was interesting for me. Double Dragon, also pretty cool. Problem is I'm running out of time. We spend too much time in Elden Ring, as always. It's like the unsung problem of my streams. Warframe 1999, not too interested in that. I want to, yeah, Onimusha. It's like an old PlayStation era thing. Let's just override Kazan here, give it a like. Oh, working as planned. The quality of the video looks terrible. So we have this building here, then nothing we have missed here, and of the light stuff here. People thought, oh, it might be Sekiro. No. This looked a bit like Sekiro, but it also reminded me of Nioh, to be honest. Also like a legendary, like why is the stream quality so absolute trash? The sound design is so strange in this trailer. Also bosses and so on. It's a bit... What is this trailer? Why is it so trash? Unfortunately, somebody made a more list on Onimusha. Unfortunately, that is 3 hours. I think that quality here is a bit better. Yeah, much better quality. I was actually shit in the other trailer, like garbage quality. But you have mythological creatures, samurai, swords, and way of the sword.
Human by the minute.
So also, old franchise, haven't played it in decades. I think it was in the time when I did not play much console. I played it like at a friend's house. I think it was a PlayStation 2 title, if I remember correctly. But yeah, stuff like that. So what is... Okay. Chat, I have a problem. Okay, now it works. I don't know what's going on there exactly. For a moment I couldn't switch scenes. Oh, kurze Pause is actually wrong. My mistake. Yeah, chat. What other thing do we have? Onimusha, what was on the list, chat? I think I'm very surprised how terrible the quality was of that one trailer. Yeah, the last thing I found interesting was the last game. I'm usually not so big into the Naughty Dog games, I have to admit. So I know they are, of course, quality-wise pretty good. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. Okay, next thing. I couldn't switch scenes anymore. Very strange. Style was kind of interesting. We went here and we had our little Porsche product placement. There's a lot of product placement. I feel like this here looks very stylized. Like this shot here looks so stylized. This is very weird visually for me, in my opinion. We have this planet and this glow. We have seen, yes, it looks like this, but this effect we have seen kind of less. We have this little anime thing going on inside it. And then it switches to completely realistic and extremely well animated CG graphics. It also has this retro space style. You see it here in a moment, which I kind of found very cool. First of all, how she looks. Like, she could be out of a cheesy 80s sci-fi movie. Or comic or whatever. Look at the keyboard, how old school the keyboard is. I think it's a very old school keyboard, considering this plays like 1,000 years later from our time. A very cool retro style here that they're running. Music catches me, so yeah, kind of hit the right notes for me to like, to be honest. And then yeah, retro style, we have the radio frequencies. Have to be a bit careful here with the music. And then we land on this planet. It seems she's stranded here, and here we see a bit of potential how the game could look in-game. First of all, this is ray traced. Is there any... do we see the hit? That's a good question. I'm gonna try go frame by frame really quick. Go for the white flashbang here. That hit. Yeah, we see the hit, but it cuts out the next frame, so we don't see the response to this hit. That's no additional. Intergalactic, full name. I like the style and so on, so that's, in my opinion, pretty cool. Heretic Prophet. Looks very retro though. But yeah, very cool. I like the old PlayStation logo, maybe as a thing. Development for PlayStation 5, it says, right? Yeah. And will be interesting. So, it will come to PC then in, I don't know how many years. They did not show like a release time frame. No, they didn't. So that I also found pretty cool. Yeah, there's a lot of product placement. I think Adidas is also in it and whatnot. Yeah, the Heretic Prophet is the subtitle. What do you call it? Part of the title. The additional title line. So I have to now restart my computer chat. That I also found pretty interesting. Has my interest because I like sci-fi simply. That's usually what kind of gets me. Like I said, there was two more things that were interesting for me as well, but I don't have time to discuss this in detail. We're already late, as always. But people should know me by now that I'm always kind of late. So, yeah, that's that. Last of Us, Den of Wolves, Mafia. Okay, Mafia also look pretty nice, to be fair. Well, let me just... We were here in this. There was this trailer, Onimusha, somebody. Intergalactic Crimson, Mafia, Schieß mich tot. Things also look pretty nice. Look at this. Pretty cool. I like the first Mafia game, I like the second, I like the third, was okay-ish. This must be the fourth one, right? The first two are the old ones, right? I'm not sure if my mind something just confuses there. Or is this the third one? I hope they improve a bit. Like, visually looks very good, to be fair. The problem was a bit in the old Mafia, in the third Mafia game, you noticed like GTA was out at this time and you think, well, this is worse than GT. It has a nice story and so on, but the open world and driving around and so feels much cheaper than GTA. So as a result, you know, well, it could be better. I'm very curious how they can hold up to the high standard that Rockstar might set again. So that's kind of a problem, I guess. It hit the right notes, it doesn't look too bad. Face animations look very good. They definitely know how to do this. Yeah, the old country wishlist Mafia game. There's Jeff here. Thanks, Jeff, for the Game Awards. And is it possible I forgot to switch the scene again because I'm an idiot? Oh no. So yeah, animation stuff looks good. Looks pretty classic when it comes to Mafia stuff. Here you see the driving again. We will go full screen here. That looks really good, to be fair. Like, I just hope they can improve a bit on the last part, which was also not bad. That was not like an absolute masterpiece. Okay, so chat. So that's kind of it for the trailer stuff. But we have to continue at some point or so. I hope you found this remote full interesting. If so, press the like button, maybe leave a comment and subscribe and stuff. You know, the classic things. Might continue with Indiana Jones or so if you want to so desire. And I now have to unfortunately end the stream here because I now have to go to the next stream on the main channel on YouTube, where we will watch The Two Towers in the extended edition of Peter Jackson's The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, as a little watch party. So if you're into Lord of the Rings, maybe join there. It will also be streamed here on this channel. I have to reboot my computer, unfortunately, before I can go to the watch party. So I have to do this really quick, chat. As a result, I am a bit in a hurry because 2015 was actually the time it should start. Okay, so thank you for watching and see you people next time. Goodbye.